You said I don't get to the point fast, that I'm wasting your time and that I talk too slow. You say that I irritate you, I don't satisfy you, but I'm impromptu. But Judith said, stay on one topic, don't flip around. And PJs, I know you're not there because I was not consistent with Annalise of Emily Rose. Hi everybody, it's Lasha from High Voltage. I just wanted to let you know, thank you very much for hanging in with me. You know why? I go on YouTube channels and leave as many comments as I please, which is rude. People don't have time to read my long comments. One subscriber said to me, it was something about my comments being long, but I don't think it was in a positive way. So if you receive a long message from me from a reply, don't take it personally toward you. Okay, we've all watched Baby Reindeer now, and we'll be talking about that. I'm giving myself 15 minutes to talk about Blanchard, 15 minutes to talk about Baby Reindeer, 15 minutes to talk about Lance Armstrong, and 15 minutes to talk about the opioid crisis. So I'm going to write that down so I don't forget, because this is impromptu and we're 2 minutes and 10 seconds in. And it is Thursday, May the 16th. The dentist this morning, what happened was, it wasn't because I smoked marijuana. I told them I was smoking it before I came because I talk a lot. But see, people who don't know me and they don't know like what's happened to me, they don't understand that's the way that I am. And so it was a learning lesson to get to the point. So I want to spend 15 minutes on Gypsy Rose Blanchard. I want to spend 15 minutes on, oh shoot, see? That's why you plan things. Oh, you know what? The royal family, actually. I'm ambidextrous. I practiced this in the wheelchair when yeah, I know. I thought it might make me smarter. So yeah, Gypsy Rose, I just better put Gypsy there in case I forget. Oh, jeez, Louise. Okay. Lance Armstrong for 15 minutes. And the crime of the century. And it was reindeer that I wanted to talk about for 15 minutes. I think Piers Morgan is an absolute riot. He just gets everybody all worked up. It cracks me up. I love Piers Morgan. And like Bill, I was so proud when he walked away. All right. Gypsy Rose, let's start. Okay. Oh, the reason the dentist didn't see me today is because I went in and I was stoned. So I probably, but you know that I smoke 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, not before work, but after work, right? Because of pain, because of trying to cut back on medicine, trying to use green instead of, you know what I mean? But I was talking about how I couldn't sue the doctor. And then I started talking about my walk, and they didn't know what I was talking about. And why would they? How could they know? Like, what? I think people can read my mind? Like, I think everybody in the world watches me? Like, get a grip, Lasha. Anyways, Gypsy Rose, let's just go for it. What have you noticed about Gypsy Rose since she's been on her twinkle toes, running around to men with a scurry of social media friends? Like, what's going on with her? She had a nose job. Okay. Fine. But it's her father's nose. So to me, when you get a nose job, oh my gosh, I just thought of this now. When you get a nose job and you try to change what you look like, you're denying your ancestry. And so Gypsy she has blonde hair and frickin' a nose job. Well, how somebody from Louisiana is this wealthy from being in jail? She killed somebody. Can we not forget that? I am sorry. No, I am not sorry, or I wouldn't leave this video. The gentleman that, when you look, okay, I found out about Gypsy Rose Blanchard. I'm timing this. It's 7 minutes in. I'm talking about it for 7 more minutes, and that's it. First of all, if I were a man, I would not want her children. If she was went the other way or both ways or whichever ways, I don't care. I wouldn't want her children. Now I go one way, but that doesn't mean it's the right way or the wrong way. People can go whichever way they want. I don't care. Do you care? Do you? Do you? Do you? Do you? Do you? Nobody cares. You know? So, but let's not forget the people that did care about rights. I had a family member that was in the closet until their 70s. Do you know what that did to that person? It destroyed them. Get Andrew Gold's Psychology of Secrets. So anyways, Gypsy Rose Blanchard, she's had a nose job. She's got blonde hair. Every time I turn on my phone, she's on the front. I don't even subscribe. I don't think I subscribe to her. I've got allergies. Okay, that's what I'm doing. Scratching my head. I took such a good shower last night. It was so lovely, and I did my hands and my toes and everything, and I was going to get my tooth fixed today, but no, Lasha had to be silly. All right. Sorry, I like it this way. Okay? So, first of all, she was on this YouTube channel, and I can't remember the name of it, but I subscribe to any YouTube channel that I find interesting, even for 2 seconds, because you don't know what they might have or what information you're looking for. And then I turn off notifications. And then if I want to find the channel, I can turn on notifications and see my favorite people, right? I don't like to consider people that watch this content fans or followers. That's like Jesus had followers, you know? Participants, and it's a free subscription. And I'll never have PayPal or take GoFundMe. And that's the one thing I find very peculiar about Gypsy Rose is how is she making this money? Is it through GoFundMe and stuff, or is it because she's done so well on social media? Why has she done so well on social media? Because people can't wrap their heads around it. I'd like to interview her myself, but I wouldn't go easy on her. Are you kidding me? She had somebody, her mother. Now, her mother had Munchhausen by proxy. I don't know anything about this disease. I know what it was. I'm not explaining about it. If you want to know what it is, go look it up. I'm not a doctor. However, I have my SWK. I was a home care worker. I have my PSW level 3. It's changed now. I have a year in human resources. I've taken tons of courses on childcare, baby care, psychology 1, sociology 1. I always educated myself. And that was through the visiting homemakers of Hamilton Wentworth. Because I was in 21, I owned my house with my mom. Okay? We're like this. So anyway, and so were Gypsy Rose and her mother like this. But her mother made her sick. That's sick. I don't think she wanted Gypsy to die. I think that this woman was ill. And it doesn't justify anything. She should have been jailed for life. Maybe not for life. If she had been caught, she would have been humiliated, and she didn't kill anybody. She should have been jailed, and there should have been a trial. Munchausen by proxy needs to be looked into so much more carefully now. And the one bone I have to pick with Gypsy Rose, because I found out about her 4 to 5 years ago on HBO when I was watching Mommy Blank and Dearest. And then that FX thing came out with Patricia Arquette. I didn't watch it but I did watch the trailer, and it looked like phenomenal acting. I'm sure that she watched it. Of course she would. It was like listening to that Pierce Morgan video and the real Martha, Ruth, what's her name? And every channel, the body language guy, the Spanish guy, Spidey, Eric. Oh, that wonderful girl, baggage hang up baggage. She's fantastic. They're all on the body language about this woman. But Pierce does have... Oh, okay, sorry. Back to, I was going to say Russian Gypsy. Gypsy Rose. You know why I say she shouldn't have children? It's been evident in every TikTok video, in every social media outlet that you look at. I'm not going to go on and on about her, because she's a self-absorbed narcissist, and she's not been rehabilitated. She's 36 years old. She has a maturity level of a 14-year-old girl, and she's very controlling. And she actually convinced somebody to hurt her mother to the point where she's not with us anymore. I don't believe in an eye for an eye. Except one time I punched a man in the head. One time in my life. But it had nothing to do with him, really. It had to do with somebody that I thought was a friend. Ha! Yeah, right. Women are the worst. Women are the worst. Including myself. Why do I smell eggs? Ugh. My mother's cooking eggs today, yes. All that walking we did paid off today. So, well, okay. I found out about Gypsy Rose. See her on TikTok. I watch her behavior. I didn't watch all of those channels because I've subscribed to all of them. For 3 years, I did nothing but watch YouTube channels. Andrew Gold and Sean Atwood. By the way, Sean, love the beard. George the Giant Slayer. Love him. Love him. I'll give you specific reasons another day. Gypsy shouldn't have children because she's a narcissist. She has arrested development. Again, she has the maturity level. In my opinion, allegedly. In my opinion, allegedly. In my opinion, allegedly. Everything I'm saying is my opinion. No swearing. No clips. I am not a doctor. I'm not a psychologist. That's why I say look up Munchhausen by proxy. And then I'll tell you why I'm so worried about it. Because this case got so much attention. Because it's messed up. And if you notice the behavior with Gypsy Rose Blanchard and her ex-husband already, when I watched her on this podcast, I had never seen the podcast before, but I did subscribe and I watched the video 3 times. And she was sitting, which I thought was very strange. She was sitting, she was wearing a very nice black skirt. She was wearing, her hair looked pretty. I'm so sorry she got her nose done. Because to me, that's wiping out your ancestry. Do you think I'll ever get this schnoz changed? I used to want to do it all the time. Barbra Streisand would never get her nose done because it would change the way she sang, right? But there's certain angles where it doesn't matter. So she's on this podcast. I listened to it. I found the interviewers were kids. They did a really good job. Pierce Morgan, I think, interviewed her. I think on Netflix. I might be wrong. She was sitting like this. And she was wearing a skirt. I'm wearing a bathing suit underneath the bathing suit. This is a bathing suit, and I'm wearing a bathing suit underneath the bathing suit. She was wearing a black skirt, and she was sitting like this. Who sits like that with the black skirt on? I don't understand that. It was just kind of a rude look. You could kind of see up her dress if you were really looking. And people do. She's an attention seeker because her mother filmed her all her life. She's used to performing. Who is the real Gypsy Rose? We'll soon find out. Everybody knows about her stories. Okay, why does she concern me? Did anybody ever watch on Netflix? This is a good one. You should watch this. It's called Take Care of Maya. Now, people ask really... I'll bring up baby reindeer in a minute and the stupid questions that people ask. I'm astounded. Astounded. The reason that Gypsy Rose's case got so much attention is because of what happened. This dark side, this side, that side, whatever side. Well, look what happened to me. I was totally misunderstood today. But that was fair. It was totally fair. I did not act weird or disingenuous or pervasive. Well, a little pervasive. I was just so excited to get my tooth fixed. And they should have told me not to smoke any before I came in. But it was because I was talking about the walk and the suing. The reason that Gypsy Rose concerns me, first of all, is she should never have children. That's just my opinion. She can have 20. But, by the way she was raised from the time she was born to almost 18, 19, how old is she now? 36 or something? I don't know. 20, I don't know how old she is. It concerns me because Munchhausen by proxy can be being overprotective, But when you make your child sick to bring attention onto yourself. A lot of people do that, but they don't use children and poison them like Hannah McKay from Dexter, okay? Anyways, when you watch Take Care of Maya on Netflix, she's absolutely, it's a story about a young girl who has a very rare disease. Child Protective Services in the States believe this mother has Munchhausen by proxy, and she did not. And the mother ended up taking herself from us so her daughter could be free and not stuck in the foster care system. So I think that Gypsy Rose Blanchard's story is extraordinary. I think she survived something extraordinary. I'm being critical on purpose because that's how I feel. Would I trust her? Not as far as I could throw her. Now, the other subjects I do want to talk about is Lance Armstrong, crime of the century, and I do want to talk about baby reindeer, but just let that sink in for a minute, because did you ever watch See, I've had time to watch this. Just think about Richie. Well, she is kind of a Richie now. Just think of Gypsy Rose Blanchard, her childhood. Think about cognitive issues, locus of control, arrested development. She grew up on camera, massive attention by her mother. And she even admitted on this podcast that the reason she got 8 years was because, where was she from? Louisiana? Well, wherever she had her trial, they didn't have the law about accessory to murder. In other words, most states, look at Pamela Small. Do you remember Pamela Small? Trial by media? Well, a couple of teenagers killed her husband, and she's in jail for life because she was in a different state. And now we have Gypsy Rose, which I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. She's mentally disturbed, okay? And you can say that about me. We can say that about everybody. I just wouldn't trust her as far as I could throw her. Let that sink in. Watch Take Care of Maya. Look at the attention that's put on Munchhausen by proxy. And why did doctors let it slide? Because it's a private, in the States, you have to pay for it. I mean, and this poor girl lost her mother because the state accused her of having Munchausen by proxy. Like, this chick's life changed that diagnosis and and it's nobody's fault. It's a narrative, Munchausen by proxy, Munchausen by proxy. Most people don't, it's a very rare disease, I'm going to do some research about that, but think about it. Would you want her? I wouldn't trust her. No way. And when she says things like, well, I'm doing my time, but the only reason I'm not in jail is because the state didn't have accessory to murder, which means I would have been in for life. Now, I can't talk the way she talks. I am not trying to make fun of her. Well, maybe I am a little bit, but not really, because it's mean. And I don't want to be mean. I'm trying to be truthful. In my opinion, this is just my humble opinion. I live in Beamsville, Ontario, Canada, okay? It's okay, Mom. And we all know. Do you know about Gypsy Rose Blanchard, Mom? Have you heard that story? No, eh? Oh, yeah, for sure. I have to go back to the store. You want me to go? Okay. I have to go to the store. But watch Take Care of Maya. And then do you remember that Netflix series about Gabriel? And he... Take Care of Maya, Gypsy Rose, and Gabriel. Rosie O'Donnell, he was on The View, he was on Rikers Island, he was in solitary confinement, he didn't do anything wrong, and he's not with us. So who's the real victim here? Gypsy Rose? Yes, absolutely. You can't blame her for being messed up. I'm messed up. We're all messed up. It's an interesting story, but it's so sad. It's so sad. And that poor boy that has autism is in jail for life. Oh, it's not fair. And she says it so callously, so cold. The empathy of my baby finger, in my opinion, this video is entirely my opinion and nobody else's. All right, Mom, I'm going to go to the store right now, okay? Do you want to say hi to anybody? Not today? Okay. Well, take care of yourselves. I'll do the same, and that's a wrap. Welcoming, respecting aspects of all people, which I didn't do a very good job of upholding that... shall we say, ethical standard. But, you know, things need to be called out when they need to be called out. In my opinion, just because I saw in those... And you know what else is sad about baby reindeer? You know, it's really sad nowadays that you have to... You watch a documentary, but then you have to see if it's factually correct. Even if something says this is a true story, I still do not take everything as fact because there's all different perspectives. Martha might not consider herself a stalker. You know, why can't they find criminal evidence? Maybe this happened in 2015. Maybe her record is expunged. And why did she bring herself out? And why am I even talking about it? We've got some training to do. All right, I'll see you later. And that's a wrap. Okay, bye everybody. I hope you enjoy this video. And I think it got pretty straight to the point today. Oh, there's my mom and myself and my Auntie Margie, my grade 8 graduation. Okay, bye.